Hey, it's Joe Amoya, the Smarter Dating Guy, with this week's Smarter Dating Tip of the Week. I've got a question for you. Have you been hurt so bad in your past that you put a wall up? You know what I'm talking about. The emotional devastation of having your heart broken was so painful for you that you decided, either consciously or unconsciously, that you know what, I'm never going to open myself up again. I understand. It's easy to do. Having your heart broken is probably one of the most emotionally painful things we will ever experience as a human being. But unfortunately, if you put up that wall, you will never allow yourself to really experience how great and how wonderful true and everlasting love is. So I'm going to ask you something today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to replace that wall with a fence. Because see, there's a difference. Okay? A wall is impenetrable. Okay? No one is going to get through that barrier that you put up. But a fence is designed to keep a lot of what you don't want away. Okay? A fence is a very smart thing. If you're going to be in this dating world, you definitely want to have a fence up. I remember when I got back into it after calling off my engagement, I'd been through some crap and it wasn't fun. And I didn't want to go through it again. And so what I decided is that, I had to have a strong fence up to really screen and weed out those individuals who just weren't well suited for me. And so what I learned is that putting up a fence is not only a smart thing, it's a necessity. Because the reality is there are a lot of people out there who have wrong intentions. And not only that they have wrong intentions, they're not well suited to be your partner. And so because dating is such an emotional thing, is very often we allow those individuals into our playground. And so a good fence is going to keep out 99% of those individuals. And even if someone crawls under your fence or they slip through a crack in it, you're going to be prepared to recognize and screen them. It's one of the reasons why I created Smarter Dating. And it's why it's called Smarter Dating, is because there are things you can do to put up a smart and intelligent fence that will just make your life so much easier. So what I want you to do is to notice, if you do have a wall up, make a decision and realize that it's time to take it down. Yes, there are no guarantees in life, in anything. You cannot guarantee me tomorrow that you will be alive. It's just the way it works. So if you're looking for a guarantee, you're never going to get one. And that's what makes love so great, is taking that risk. One of my favorite expressions is, you can't get the good fruit if you're not willing to go out on the limb. And part of the excitement of creating a great, happy, and fulfilling relationship is taking those risks and taking the chances. But I don't believe you got to take foolish chances. You can do things in a way that's smart, that's going to almost predict that you're going to create the results you want. But you've got to do it with this, okay? Not just with this, not just with your heart, not just with your feelings, but also with your head. And when you combine the two and you create a great relationship with the right person for the right reasons, you get to experience everything and anything your heart ever desires. And that's what's freaking cool. So that's my intent for you as you listen to this today, is that you realize that if you do have a wall up, it's time to knock it down. But don't just throw yourself out there. Put up a fence, a smart fence. Okay? So hopefully this helped. If it resonated with you, as always, we'd love to hear your comments or your questions. And again, if you know somebody who's got a wall up, why don't you send this to them? It may make a difference in their life. Thanks. I appreciate you. As always, have a great week. I'll talk to you next week. God bless.